Welcome to Unspoken. I'm Betsy, and here is the origin of 3 popular Halloween traditions. This tradition originated from an Irish myth about a man named Stingy Jack. As the story goes, Stingy Jack was a troublemaker and invited the devil to drink with him. However, he did not want to pay for his drink, so he convinced the devil to change into a coin to pay for their drinks. Once changed into a coin, Jack took the money and placed it on his pocket, next to a silver cross, so the devil could not change into his original form. Eventually, Jack freed the devil with the condition that for 1 year he would not bother Jack, and if he died, the devil would not claim his soul. 1 year after, Jack tricked the devil once again. Jack tricked him into climbing a tree to pick a fruit. While the devil was on the tree, Jack carved a cross into the tree so the devil could not climb down. Jack allowed the devil to come down until he promised Jack not to bother him for 10 more years. As the legend goes, Jack died, but God did not allow him into heaven. And because the devil was still upset by Jack's tricks, he did not allow him into hell. The devil sent Jack into a dark night and gave him an amber made from the fire of hell that Jack placed into a carved turnip to light his way. According to the legend, Jack has been roaming the earth ever since. With time, the Irish began to refer to Stingy Jack as JackOLantern and eventually into JackOLantern. People in Ireland and Scotland began to carve scary faces into potatoes and turnips and place them near windows and doors to frighten away spirits and the wandering ghostly figure of Stingy Jack. As Irish immigrants began to migrate here to America, they brought with them traditions such as the JackOLantern tradition. Eventually, they found the pumpkin and incorporated it into their tradition. Trick-or-treat has been a popular American tradition for about 100 years. Although it's unknown when and where the phrase trick-or-treat came from, it is thought to be a mixture of Celtic festivals, medieval practices, and Catholic holidays. During the Celtic festival Samhain, celebrated on October 31st, the Celts believed that on this day, the barrier between the world of the living and the world of the dead was at its thinnest and became permeable, allowing the spirits to roam into the earth. On this day, villagers would wear costumes made of animal skin and scare evil spirits away. During the Middle Ages, people began to dress up as demons, ghosts, and other creatures and perform tricks in exchange for food and drinks. This costume was known as mumming, and it is thought to be an early start to trick-or-treating. By the 19th century, Christianity had spread and been blended with Celtic rituals and traditions. Eventually, the church decided a day to honor the dead on November 2nd, known as All Souls' Day. In England, celebrations included masquerades and bonfires resembling the Celtic traditions of Samhain. In time, a new tradition evolved known as souling, where poor people would visit wealthy people's homes, exchanging prayers for the dead relatives in return of pastries called soul cakes. Eventually, souling was taken up by children who would go house by house asking for food and money. In Ireland and Scotland, another tradition emerged called guising, where young people would dress in costumes, sing songs, recite poems, tell jokes, or perform tricks in exchange of offerings consisting of fruits, nuts, or coins. The ancient Romans worshipped Pomona. She was the goddess of the gardens and fruits. Romans had a festival for Pomona on November 1st, where they would thank her for the year's harvest. The Romans conquered northern Europe, and the two traditions of Pomona and Samhain began to merge. It is thought that the Halloween traditions of bowing for apples might have come from Ramona's tradition. Many of Halloween's ancient traditions and rituals focus on the future rather than the past and the living instead of the dead. Many traditions focus on helping young women identify who they would marry. Bowing for apples is thought to have begun as a British courting ritual among young ladies. This game had different variations. In variation 1, the apple was assigned a potential candidate. The young woman would attempt to bite the apple that contained the name of the man she desired. If it took her one try, it meant that they were destined for love. If it took her 2 attempts, the young man would court her, but eventually their love would fade. But if it took her 3 attempts, it meant that their love and relationship were destined to doom. Another variation to this game was a race to be the first to bite an apple. The first to bite an apple would be the first to get married. A superstition related to these games was that if a girl put a bitten apple underneath her pillow, she would see her future soulmate in her dreams. With time, the game's popularity declined and it was only common in Ireland and certain parts of England. However, eventually due to migration to America, these traditions flourished as a game for both children and adults at Halloween celebrations. There are many traditions that are celebrated in Halloween today. So these are 3 of the main traditions that I was able to research. There are many more, but I'm really happy that you were able to watch this video and learn something about the traditions of today. So check out my other video about the origin of Halloween and where it came from. It's a very interesting story. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos coming up, or like this video if you did. You have a wonderful day, and this is Betsy signing out.